Happy Easter, my Teaserking family. I hope everybody is well. I am fine. Uh, Rough night sleeping. The people above me are out of their fucking minds. They're noisy, playing, talking loud, and playing music 3, 4 in the morning. They're out of their fucking minds. So I did contact the office here and said, hey, you better do something or give me a new place to live. So we'll see what happens. They're new. They probably don't realize how light the walls are. And if you speak real loud, people, especially late at night, that's just uncalled for. So we will see. Anyway, hope you have a good Easter. So gold won't come into play till tonight, as you know, 6 o'clock when and let's see, we got we always have baseball. So there was the NBA. The NBA is so bad. I watched maybe 5 minutes of the Laker, whoever they were playing, who were in Minnesota. And the game's so bad I couldn't watch it anymore. I mean, you got Luca Brasi just shooting from half court. You've got instant replay. They looked at a block. So some guy's in the lane and he goes in and he gets hammered. They call a foul and they review it. And it's, well, he hit the ball first and then he crushed the guy. So it's fine. If you hit the ball first, it's not a foul. Like, excuse me, what rules are we playing? So I hate when they change the rules. The rules are the rules. That's what you can't keep changing them. That's what they had to do with the Constitution. Well, let's have gun control. Well, no, we're not Nazis. We don't want gun control. But that's what they try to redo the rule book. And not only that, why are we doing a replay on a ref's call? Why do you have the refs there then? Just the guy drove the lane, he got crushed, foul's called, that's it. It's not, well, let's review. Was it really a foul? Well, that's not instant replay. Instant replay is, was the ball touched down the cylinder? Was he out of bounds? And even then, why are we using instant replay? I think it's gone way too much instant replay in football. If you got refs and they make the call, let them make the call. That's the call. Up, he called him out of bounds, no catch. That's what it is. You can't slow it down frame by frame and realize that, yeah, his foot did get in. Well, no. Then you've ruined the whole concept of the referee, and the instant replay slows the game down. It's just ridiculous. So I could only watch maybe, I think 5 minutes, and I was already, what movies are on I can watch instead. But they've ruined basketball. All 3 points. The guys are shooting from half court. It's like, okay, I can't watch this. You missed the beauty of Magic and Bird and Isaiah throwing these nice passes and the creativity and the artistic that made basketball good is gone. Even Will dunking and Kareem skyhook. that was pretty to watch. You've taken the pretty out of it. No, let's just take long shots. It's ruined the game. I can't watch. I don't know the players. LeBron was there. Oh, he's going to get every call, I assume. So, anyway, I watched it, but not long. All right, let's go through our baseball. So we start off, I have Philly in what should be a low-scoring game, and they win 11-10. Matt Strahan, well, I don't know if these are the starters. Cal Quantrill is a starter for Miami, 1-2 with an 8-3-1. That's why I took Philly. Philly wins, but it's 11-10. So I note the run scoring because Miami, all these teams have all these hitters hitting 175, and yet they scored 10 runs. It doesn't make any sense. I have Detroit KC under 8, and it was 3-1. I finally won a Detroit game, and they didn't score 7 runs. Chicago Cubs against Arizona. I have the Cubs over 7.5 for 2 units. They get 8. It's a winner. We'll take it. I mean, how do they play a 21 run game the day before, and the total goes to 7? Well, the wind's blowing in. Yeah, okay, sure. We have Seattle over Toronto. Seattle wins 8-4 in 12 innings. So the big 12th inning there. We got Pitt. Paul Scanes loses. Jesus Christ. If you can't bet on Paul Scanes, what do you do now? So he loses. They lose 3-0. So they don't have any hitting. So Pitt is an under. I thought I bet Scanes under the last time, and they went over. So this time I take Scanes. And then, fuck it, I'll take the pitcher. And then they lose 3-0, and I would have won the under on the game. I have the METS, Mets. They win 3-0. I have California under 8.5, and they played this is the Dodgers under 8. And the final is 4-3. I watched the 9th inning. Texas is down 3-2. I'm looking and I go, I'm under 8. And I said, just don't go tied. And the guy hits a 2-run homer off their best reliever in baseball, supposedly, which I didn't believe. And I don't know how you can say there's anybody who's the best reliever in baseball. It's so bad right now. Texas wins 4-3, and I was happy about that. And it stayed under 8, even better. I have Cincinnati, Hunter Green, 2-2 with a 2.35 ERA, loses 9-5. And the question is, Hunter Green with this low ERA, how the hell does Baltimore get 9 runs, or was it all the reliever in the 7th, 8th, and 9th innings? We play Tampa over the Yankees. Tampa wins 10-8. Ooh, I'm on a hot streak here, baby. Colorado over 9, and Daniels throws for 2 touchdowns, and they win 12-11. Washington, and it goes over 9. I have Boston under 9, and they played 4-3 in 10 innings. And I hit that one. I got San Diego loses to Houston 3-2. It's a loser. We have Milwaukee losing to Oakland in a 3-1 game. And then I have Minnesota, which loses to Atlanta. So the last 3, but I didn't bet it. I did say Richardson. I thought it was like a big 300. So I thought that would be good. And then, we didn't play the 49ers and the Angels. Must have missed that. That was a hard one to figure. Both pitchers were lousy, 4.0s, and yet they play a 3-2 game. So of the bets, we hit the Cubs over 7.5. We lose Pitt. We hit the Dodgers under 8. We lose Cincinnati. We hit Boston under 9. So we go 3-2 on our picks. I'll take that. Anytime you can be positive. All right. Hey, David. The Lakers lost at home big. Oh, did they? Like I said, I watched like the first 5 minutes of the early first quarter, and they were up big. I think they're up 10. Then I turned on a movie. I couldn't watch it. So we'll get to the NBA in a minute. So let's look at today's baseball picks. and then we'll look at the NBA. So what you're saying, David, then do we bet the Lakers after a loss at home? Well, they really can't afford to go down 2-0, but are they good enough to win the game? I believe this is like a 4-5 matchup or something like that. Pretty even matchup. So what you'll get is the Lakers giving their best performance. It's do or die. They go down 2-0, and then they got to go to Minnesota for 2. You know, even if mini splits, it's 3-1. The series is over. So it's a must-win game for the Lakers. So all the games that are all the 1-0 teams, especially at home, you want to bet the team that lost. Now, it doesn't work always. It only works when the team's capable of winning, which they're in the playoffs, so you would think they'd be pretty good. But that's what you got to be careful of. Usually when you get to the next round and the round after that, you can do it because the team won the round and they're pretty good. So we will see if that happens. And right now, if I were to bet the Lakers tonight, I'd bet it very small. But again, all I know is they got LeBron and they got Luka Brasi on the team. That's all I know. And apparently, Minnesota's got a top 10 offense and a top 10 defense. They kept saying that. So they're almost an A team. So you really don't want to bet against them too much. We'll see. We'll see who's favored and what the line is. All right, let's go to baseball. It's only 11:30, and this starts at 1:30. Cleveland Pitt. Cleveland minus 105.8. Logan Allen, 1-1 with a 2.30, goes against Mitch Keller, 1-2 in a 4.30. Now, one thing I like, Cleveland beat Skanes yesterday. They'll be full of confidence. Pittsburgh shot their big load yesterday and lost. So Cleveland's 11-9. Cleveland looks like the better team. They're a 105 favorite and 8. Logan Allen, Mitch Keller. I'm going to go under here. Cleveland got 3 runs on Skanes, but Pitt didn't score on Cleveland pitcher who was not that great. So I think Pitt just is a very weak offense. No pool today as the club is closed on Easter. I always like, why are they closed? They're a gym. It always amazes me. Don't you know? The employees are a bunch of lifeguards and just clerks. Do they really need the day off? It's just hysterical. Anyway, Miami against Philadelphia. The Eagles are minus 325.8. Connor Gillespie, 0-2 with the 6.63 for Miami. Jesus Luzardo, 2-0 with the 2.31 for Philly. Now, this was an 11-10 game yesterday. I am not playing this under. It's hard because the play's Philly, but you're laying 3.25. This is what we got into yesterday. We ended up playing Philly and winning by the whites of our teeth. Now, what happened yesterday roll into today where they scored 21 runs? Are they going to have more than 8 today? Philly should score. This guy's got a 6.63 ERA. I would think he used most of his bullpen. Philly 2-0 with a 2.31. But the way Miami hit yesterday, I think I'll go over 8. I just think that Philly's going to score a ton on Miami. However, how can I go and give 325 to win 100? You can't. That leaves you with, is this guy at Philly that good, 2-0 with a 2.31 in their bullpen? Are they going to shut out Miami? Well, they got 10 runs yesterday. So they're hitting, and we know everything streaks. So we're going to play the streak that we know Philly will hit. We think Miami will hit a little. So let's go over 8. Minnesota and Atlanta, two crappy teams. Minnesota 7-14, Atlanta 7-13. I think I played Minnesota yesterday and Atlanta won. Atlanta's playing better ball. They had injuries that are, I believe, coming back, but I heard the names. I'm like, I don't know who they are. It wasn't Chipper Jones and Hank Aaron. Atlanta 120-8. Joe Ryan from Minnesota 1-1 with a 2.45. Grant Holmes 1-1 with a 3.78. Joe Ryan's a really good pitcher. Grant Holmes, no idea. I'm going to go under in this game. Let's go Atlanta under 8. It was an under yesterday, and Atlanta's going to have a trouble against Joe Ryan. I don't know if they're not a big hitting team anyway, Minnesota. So when I watch the Tigers play Minnesota, I'm kind of mentally taking a note of this lineup sucks. Seattle sucks, and yet they score. Chicago has one hitter, I think. And that takes us to the White Sox and the Red Sox. We actually played the White Sox yesterday. No, we played Boston under 9. We had Boston under 9 and it won, and that was a bet. Now we got Boston minus 300. Jesus Christ, over under 9.5. The White Sox are 4-16, Boston 12-10. Sean Burke 1-3 with the 7.56 for the White Sox. Tanner Houck 0-2 with the 9.16. Again, I can't bet on a 0-2 with a 9.16 ERA. I can't bet the White Sox, so we got to go over here. Over 9.5. It's in Boston, so you got the Green Monster at softball depth 300 feet. Tanner Houck, what's he? 0-2 with a 9.16. Big trouble there. But the White Sox, we know their relievers suck, and their manager's terrible, and their pitching's terrible, and their hitting's terrible. So I can see why Boston's a minus 300, but I can't go there. David, who was your favorite baseball player back in the day? Well, it depends what back in the day we're talking. I mean, everybody loved Mickey Mantle, but I really didn't. I was too young to really see him. I mean, he retired in 1968. I was 9 years old. I like Reggie Jackson a lot in the 1970s in that World Series. Never a big Pete Rose fan. I did like Mike Schmidt. Trying to think. Liked Rod Carew. Those guys. Didn't love Frank Robinson, but I thought Brooks Robinson I thought was great. That one World Series where he single-handedly beat the Reds. But had I been a little younger or a little older, probably Mantle. Had we been alive real early, I would think DiMaggio would have been one. Ted Williams seems like a good hitter, but he never won anything. I probably wouldn't have liked him as much as I would have liked DiMaggio. What happened to pitching in baseball? Well, pitching, what they've done was totally ruin it. And that's going to go to analytics, totally ruining baseball, football, basketball. So mathematically, if we take basketball, you get more points for a three-pointer than a two-pointer, so shoot more three-pointers. Even though the percentage, especially against a good team, is maybe 20%. And, oh, yeah, by the way, Kareem could do a skyhook at probably 95%. And Bird passing inside to McHale and Parrish probably was 98%, as well as Bird. And Lambert hitting with Isaiah was probably 90%. Jordan certainly didn't take any three-pointers, and why would he? And I think you had those type of players. Isaiah could penetrate, Jordan could penetrate, Bird and Magic, obviously. Kareem, you wanted to feed him the ball. Dr. J, Moses Malone. And I think what happened is you've lost they lost the assist guy. Right? Who leads the league in assists? There isn't anybody. So I think it's become more of a shooting league, and they go, oh, it's worth 3 point. And then Steph Curry comes in, who's a real good 3 point shooter, and they're shooting a lot of 3 point shots, and they win the title, and then everybody looks at the analytics going, oh, we make more with a 3-pointer. Yeah, but there's not a lot of 3-point shots. Okay, so let's transfer it into baseball. For some reason, they think, well, if everybody can pitch 100 miles an hour, the guys can't hit. Well, yeah, they're professional hitters. I can hit 95. It's not that hard. It's a timing thing. And if you notice, every pitcher's got to throw 100 miles an hour, and it ruins their arm. They can't throw it. I couldn't throw it. I could throw pretty good. I played baseball. I went to Cedar Point, and they had a machine that measured how hard you threw the ball. So I go and I do a wind-up, and I just let it rip, and I get like 60 miles an hour on it. And I'm like, man, I do that pretty fast. I can't believe it only got a 60. I can't imagine how you could throw 95 if I threw the way I threw and I got a 60. So between the pitcher so it's all analytics basically, right? And it's that stupid Moneyball movie, which is all math, which doesn't. How many World Series has Oakland won since they won in the three in the 70s? Oh yeah, none. It doesn't work. You don't want guys who get a walk and no stolen bases. You want guys that can hit 300 and hit 40 home runs a year. But you want Rod Carew, and you want Wade Boggs, and you want Don Mattingly. So what you have is, on a pitching standpoint, guys that can throw a screwball, spin the ball. Well, that kills your elbow. I tried that when I was like 14. I was pitching in Pony Cold, and my elbow, I hurt my elbow. I had tendonitis, and I couldn't throw for a month. So I stopped throwing any type of curveball or anything. That hurts right here when you twist it. So you're ruining all their arms because you're trying to get a lot of spin on the ball. And I was watching the Dodger-Texas ninth inning yesterday, and they had this screwball or whatever slider that just it would go across the plate, and then it just almost at a 90-degree angle close to the batter. I go, wow, that thing really cut. But I would never swing at it because if you see the spin, that's what it's going to do. That's how they lost. He threw the spin ball in the ninth inning to the guy who hit the winning home run, and it didn't move. It stayed right down the middle, and he killed it. So I guess it works sometimes and sometimes not. But they're not managing anymore. It's like college football where, it's fourth down, we'll go for it. There's no management going on at all in any of these sports. They're just using analytics. 4th and 2, I go for it, I guess. In baseball, a lefty's coming up. I got to switch to a lefty pitcher. We got to throw the slider, and we got to throw the fastball. I was listening to the Tiger game. The guy threw 12 fastballs in a row. Who does that? What kind of idiot does that? It's easy to time it out, right? So I think what's happened to the pitchers, they're all trying to make them throw 100 mile an hour. They're trying to get them to spin the ball a lot, which is a lot on the arm, and the arm can't take it. So it's really stupid coaching. There's no benefit in it, especially now. The players just leave anyway. Why do you rest a guy? Well, he can only go 100 pitches. What's that all about? He can't go 3 times to the lineup. What's that all about? You ever watch Verlander pitch? You ever watch Nolan Ryan pitch? Bob Gibson? They went 3 times through the lineup. Bob Gibson had a 1.0 ERA in 1967, 68. Koufax probably didn't even have an ERA. Yeah, they went 3 times through the lineup. You couldn't hit them. You couldn't hit them the first time, the second time, or the third time. I watched them strike out Mickey Mantle. It was like fastball, curveball, fastball. Mantle didn't have a chance. Strike 1, strike 2, strike 3. Unbelievable. But I think that's what they're doing. They're trying to throw it hard. Analytically, it must come out that it's harder to hit if you throw it faster. No, it isn't. Not for major league hitting. And I think it's the spinners. And I don't get this 5-inning crap. If it's not good for their arm, they shouldn't be doing it. Not, we'll only let them pitch 100 pitches a game, and they go every 5th day. And now we need 25 relievers. I remember watching the 68 Tigers. They had John Hiller. That was it. That was their reliever. And they had Mickey Lolich go every 3 days. In the World Series, he went 2 days. That was it. They had Lolich and McLean, and Earl Wilson played 1 game. And it was 3 Loliches and 3 McLeans against Gibson. And Gibson would go on 2 days rest. So it was very, very different to see what they're doing now. Lolich could throw 200 pitches and come back 2 days later and do it again. That's how he won Game 7 of the 68 World Series. He pitched Game 5. McLean pitched Game 6. He pitched Game 7 on 2 days rest. He completely threw a complete game. Now it's the 5th. You're at 95 pitches. We got to take you out. What kind of crap is that? So that's the problem with it. It's ridiculous. They must. You've got to either not hurt your pitchers, but certainly this 5 days rest. If I was managing now, if the Tigers came to me and said, "Professor, we know you're a good manager. We want you to manage." Okay, first thing I do, you're pitching on 4 days rest. I got a 4-man rotation. I got 1 ace in the bullpen. I got a few other guys. I got a lot more players, a lot more hitters. And I don't care about the lefty-righty thing. Ain't nobody hitting Verlander. Ain't nobody hitting Nolan Ryan. I don't care if he's righty or lefty. If I got the star pitcher, I'm not taking him out because the lefty's coming up and he's right-handed. That's the other thing that really bothers me. You'll see it if you go through the box scores of the games. Here's a guy hitting 300, and he's hitting 300, he's hitting 300, and then they pinch hit for him for a guy hitting 100 because they changed the pitcher to lefty or righty or something. YouTube. Am I still on? Let me check. Hopefully I didn't totally lose everything. Am I still on? Hello? Oh, okay. I guess I am. All right. I didn't lose. So I'll keep going. Anybody on, please let me know you still hear me. I do think I'm still on. So I never tried a knuckleball, but I did try a changeup. So I learned how to fast pitch, girls fast pitch softball, and you put it in your palm and you just release it like that. You don't snap it. And it was a really good changeup. No, you couldn't hit it because I could throw pretty fast underhand. But never really a knuckleball. A screwball I could throw, fastball, but I really didn't know how to pitch. I just threw the ball over the plate, but I didn't really know curveball or high or low or any of the how to pitch. Just throw the ball over the plate's what I did. So anyway, back to that. So this whole 5-inning thing, 100 pitch, I don't understand it. Even yesterday or the day before, the Tiger guy had 88 pitches and they took him out in the 7th inning. Why? He didn't throw 100 pitches. Well, we don't want them to get tired or what. We don't, these are professional athletes. I don't understand it. Can you hear me? Whoever jumped on, I hope so. Um, I hate to talk for an hour and then realize that it stopped after 20 minutes and then I got to redo it. But I just checked. I think I'm okay, but I never know. And I'm being frozen again. Jesus Christ. I'm going to lose the connection. After a minute, I'll just have to come back. Yeah, I know. Am I still froze? Did I come back? I can see the internet problem. Did I come back, David? Let's see if I came back. Okay. I just don't want to restart. I don't want to talk for an hour and then nothing went through and I got to redo it. That's frustrating. Yeah, I don't know. Internet, bad internet. So anyway, that's what's happening with why they're only every fifth day and only 100 pitches, which is usually 80, and 82 guys in the bullpen. You can't have that many good arms, right? Maybe you got 2 professional arms in there. So if you have 5 pitchers, because it's every fifth day, you maybe have 2 that are professionals, 3 that are minor leaguers. And then when they have a bad outing, you're trying to eat innings. I never heard this before. So the guys gave up 6 runs, but he's still out there so he can get through the 5th inning. The bullpen is, there's a 6th inning guy, a 7th inning guy, and they all pitch 1 inning. Jesus Christ, what a joke that is. I think that goes to there's not enough good pitchers that are professionals, a lot of minor leaguers. No, actually, my weather's good. It's sunny out. I don't know how windy it is, but I think it's fine. So no, it's just I think it's more YouTube because I don't lose the internet. If I'm watching TV, I don't ever see this. The only time it happens is on this. It's possibly a memory issue on my computer or something, but it happens. I was in a Teams meeting the other day, and the same thing. It started freezing up, so I turned off my video, and we were able to finish up the meeting. So I think it's probably my computer. I should get a new one before China jumps the price 5 times on me. Yeah, I think it's more my computer and or YouTube. Sometimes when I log in to do this, I don't get audio. Sometimes it doesn't connect. It says try again. So I think there's a problem with YouTube also. But we'll see. Anyway, I'm glad I'm still on. So I think that's the problem is the managers are clueless or the owners are getting involved. But I would never have 5 pitchers because I know I can't find 5 pitchers. And then to have 10 guys in the bullpen, well, I don't have that kind of. I need more hitters. I want to win games hitting the ball. And then so many of these pinch hitters is ridiculous. You're pulling 300 hitters for a guy hitting 075. Are you out of your fucking mind? Well, it's a left-handed pitcher and he's a right-handed. I don't care. He's still hitting 075, who obviously he only hits left-handers and he can hit because the way you're setting your lineup is, well, if it's a lefty, I'm pitching a bunch of righties. And if it's a righty, I'm hitting a bunch of lefties. And they're still only hitting 075. So he's only facing righties. He's a lefty and he's hitting 075. I probably don't want to pinch hit him. I probably don't even have him on the team. He's probably in the minor leagues. So that's what I see. Could be memory. Yeah, my memory's kind of screwy. I don't like this computer. It's a Google as opposed to a Microsoft. I figured, they're all the same. And Google Sheets is terrible. And like I was updating my resume yesterday on Google Docs, and what a nightmare. You don't even know how to save it. There's no save. It's so stupid. Anyway, so that's what's going on. So let's get back to baseball. We left off with the White Sox and the Red Sox. We took the White Sox over 9.5. Cincinnati, Baltimore. Baltimore minus 209. A lot of big spreads lately. Brett Suter. Didn't he play hockey for the St. Louis Blues? 0-0 with a 2.70 against Charlie Morton. 0-4 with an 8.84. I love these old Dodger pitchers who stuck, who are terrible. Well, Suter got a low ERA, and then Charlie Morton doesn't. Over under of 9. Baltimore minus 200. I'm going to go Cincinnati here. But I'm not going to play it, but I'm going to take, I don't want to go over 9, although it should go over with this Charlie Morton with an 8 ERA. Seattle and Toronto. Seattle minus 115, 8.5. Luis Castillo 1-2 with a 4.22. Easton Lucas for Toronto 2-1 with a 4.70. We got to go over here. Toronto over. And we'll see. I mean, again, starting pitching ERA, how long do they leave them out there? And then here come the bullpen, how effective, the batting order. It's Easter, who knows? Yankees and Tampa. We had Tampa and 1 yesterday. Yankees minus 160 and 8. Max Fried, we're not taking against the Yankees. 3-0 with a 1.88. Wasn't he on Atlanta last year? Ryan Peapot 1-2 with the 4. Well, we got to go Yanks, and we'll make this our 2-star, 2-unit, whatever. That's what I like. That's a nice. Now, what happened against the Tigers? They pulled him after 7. Why didn't he pitch a complete game? Should have pitched a complete game. Instead, you bring in the bullpen and they give up. They have I think a 4-0 lead, and they end up winning 4-3 because the bullpen comes in the 9th and walks 4 guys in a row. It was unbelievable. The Cards and the METSs. The Mets we had, and they won yesterday. Mets are 140-7. Sonny Gray 3-0 with the 3.13. Clay Holmes 2-1 with the 3.66. Over under of 7. The Mets won yesterday. Yeah, we'll take the Mets today. We'll go. It's Easter. We'll take the METS, Mets. KC and Detroit. Detroit minus 220-7. They've won the first 3 games of the series. Detroit looks like they're a very good home team and not so much on the road. Michael Wakaka 0-3 with the 4.35 against Tarek Skubal, 2-2 with the 2.66. So we got to go Detroit here. And we'll play them for 3 units, which is a kiss of death. We know that's going to be a problem. But they've been playing well at home, and KC's batting. Their lineup's terrible. Oakland against Milwaukee. We had Milwaukee, and Oakland won yesterday. Milwaukee's 135-8. Jeffrey Springs for Oakland, 3-1 with a 4.50 against Logan Henderson. Never heard of him. See, and the problem is you don't know what to get out of him, right? Who's Logan Henderson? Where did I go? Logan Henderson from Houston. Alex might know him. No stats available. The guy's never pitched. So what are we going to do with this guy? Jeffrey Springs, 3-1 with a 4.50. Milwaukee's favored. Why? Over under 8. Let's go over 8. So let's go Oakland over 8. Arizona and the Cubs. I think they played a high-scoring game. What did we have? We had the Cubbies over 7.5, and it won. Same thing today. Cubbies 145, 7.5 in Chicago. Merrill Kelly 3-1 with the 5.57 against James Talon 1-1. Okay, we're going to go over 7.5 again. I don't really get it. Okay, the wind's blowing in, I guess. How strong is the wind? And so let's go 2 units here with the Cubbies over. Arizona has a good lineup. So do the Cubbies. They got good hitting, score a lot, and both these pitchers suck. The Dodgers in Texas. Now, how's this going to be as Texas hit a 2-run homer off the best reliever in the bottom of the ninth to win the game yesterday, 4-3, and still stay under 8. The Dodgers 160-9. Tyler Glasnow 1-0 at the 4.85 against Texas. Tyler Mahle 3-0 with a .92. And the Dodgers are 160. I'm taking Texas here, especially after that win. I'm going to go 2 units. I don't like the 9. I got a pitcher's 3-0 with a ERA under 1 against 1-0 with a 4.85 ERA. I mean, this should be Texas. And after the way they won yesterday, they don't got much hitting. So I'm not going to dick with an over or under game. Jalen Daniels and Bo Nix again today. It was a very high scoring game. It was a 21 yesterday. We played Washington over, I think. Where is it? Oh, we played Washington over 9. It was a joke. Washington minus 115, 10.5, which at Colorado, it's a softball field. Jake Irvin 1-0 with a 3.91. Kyle Freeland 0-3 with a 4.88. Yeah, you got to go over 10.5 again. Seems like a no-brainer. 2 weak pitchers, and they can both hit. The 49ers play California Angels. 49ers 14-7. They're 115-9. Justin Verlander, remember him when he was good? He ain't good anymore. 0-1 with the 6.75. UC Kukuku 0-3 with the 4.13. We're going to go over. Take San Francisco over 9. Now, before this would be an easy lock. Take Verlander, go bet the farm. Not anymore. He just, I don't know if he was injured and he's trying to come back, or he's just getting old. But I think he's in his 40s now, so still great. He's still got 4 or 5 pitches that are real pitches. So we'll see, but we'll go over. San Diego and Houston minus 127.5. Dylan Cease, our man, not very good now. 1-1 with a 6.64. Framber Valdez 1-2 with the 4.91 for Houston. Let's take a look at Dylan. Very good pitcher. See, he's drafted by the Cubs, and now he's on San Diego. I mean, so why do you worry about his arm? Just pitch him to death. He goes 4 innings, beats Atlanta, gives up 3 runs. 6 innings against Cleveland, gives up 1, and then Oakland got him 4 innings, 9 runs, and the Cubs 6 innings, 2 runs. So he's still pretty good. He had 1 bad outing against Oakland. So let's see. Houston's having a hard time. He bounced back from that. Framber Valdez. I'm going to go San Diego because I like Dylan Cease, and he really had 1 bad outing. And Washington plays Denver in this game too. So there was a postponed game the other day. Yeah, that was on the 18th. So that would be Friday. And they're making that up today. Washington minus 120 and the over under 11. Brad Lord 0-1 with a 4.82. Antonio Sanzalta 0-3 with the 5.89. A couple of minor leaguers going in Colorado. So we're going to go Washington game 2 over 11. So there's the first game. They'll use the bullpen, and then who are they going to have left for game 2? And we'll see. So they both should be pretty high scoring. So to go through this, Colorado Cleveland under 8, Philly over 8, Atlanta under 8, the White Sox over 9.5, Cincinnati, Toronto over 8.5, the Yankees, the Mets, Detroit, Oakland over 8, the Cubs over 7.5, Texas, Colorado over 10.5, 49ers over 9, San Diego, and then Washington game 2 over 11. 4 picks, the Yankees, 2 units. Detroit, 3 units. The Cubbies over 7.5, 2 units. And Texas, 2 units over the Dodgers. So they're a very live dog here. So I know how you money liners like